What's up, Hue enthusiasts? Welcome back to the channel. Philips Hue had a digital event and announced a ton of new products and updates, and today I'm going to tell you all about them. They announced some really big updates to the Philips Hue app and the HDMI sync box that are going to get you as excited as I am. I've got prices and release dates, some of which are today, so make sure you guys use that link down in the description because it really helps me out when you do so. It supports the channel. All right, let's Hue go. Let's start off with something we kind of knew was coming, but it is official, and that is Philips Hue is bringing 1100 lumen and 1600 lumens to their lineup for both white ambience, and colored bulbs. Keep in mind that these prices and release dates are for Europe and may be slightly different from the US. In fact, the US prices may be cheaper. The 1600 lumen bulbs are slightly bigger and they are going to be so much brighter. No word on if the type of color quality is any richer. In a past video, I showed off the 1600 lumen white bulb, and I cannot wait to test these out on this channel. The good news is the 1100 lumen bulb is available today, and the 1600 lumen bulb is coming later this fall on October 12th. Next, we've got a release date for the Gradient light tube on October 26th. This light tube is meant to be underneath your TV and synced with your TV using the HDMI sync box. Along with this, Philips Hue announced the Signe Gradient floor and table lamps, as well as the Gradient Lightstrip, which looks absolutely beautiful shining behind a credenza. Both the Gradient Signe lamps and new light strips are coming out on September 14th. Oh my God, it's so soon! I'm getting those. Now, speaking of the sync box, we've got an update coming this fall, and it is huge. It's something you've been asking for, well, almost, and that is support for 120 hertz. Here's the catch. It's 120 hertz at 1080p and 1440p, which is 2K. Unfortunately, we're not getting it at 4K just yet, but you will get 4K at 60 hertz, which you're already getting. At least it's good to see that Philips Hue is bringing updates to the Hue sync box and not coming up with a whole new one and making us buy that. Perhaps in the future, they'll be able to introduce 4K at 120 hertz as well. We've got some more updates coming to the Hue app, and it's something that they already announced, but we've got more information, and that is dynamic scenes. Starting today, the Hue app will enable 4 dynamic scenes. These scenes will have your gradient and non-gradient lights transition slowly through multiple colors. This is really welcome news. I've got to say I'm slightly let down for the fact that it's only 4 dynamic scenes. I'd like to see more, especially after reviewing the Gobi Lyra lamp recently, which you should totally check out. But I'm sure that Philips Hue has a lot up their sleeves, and I'm really excited to see what this looks like on the app and can't wait to see what they bring in the future. Another thing that will be introduced to the app later this fall are 24-hour scenes. The first one is called Natural Lights, which basically cycles through the different types of white light, cool in the morning and warm in the evening, throughout a 24-hour period. You kind of already have access to this using HomeKit and some other third-party apps. In my opinion, the biggest announcement was that Philips Hue is partnering with Spotify to integrate their music with their smart lighting. That is so amazing, and thank goodness I'm a Spotify member. Now, instead of having to use a third-party app or even a separate microphone, everything will be done directly on the Philips Hue app. Once your Spotify account is linked to Philips Hue, the Hue app analyzes the metadata from every song played on Spotify, regardless of the device. A unique light script is then created in real time. So Hue lights are not only reacting to the beat of a song, but also to the genre and mood. There will be a new sync tab in the Philips Hue app where you can adjust brightness, intensity, and even the color palette of the lamps. Best of all, this will work for both premium and free Spotify accounts. Next up, Apple Music. Philips Hue also announced a slew of new ceiling lights. One of them that I think looks really cool is the Surmi panel light. It comes in both square and rectangle sizes and is great for low ceilings. Next month, the N-Rave ceiling light, and later this year, a few more, including these recessed lights that produce both white and color. And as I've hinted in other videos, Philips Hue is coming out with filament bulbs and some new candle lights. The filament bulbs are gonna have white ambience, so you can get that warm and cool light. Personally, I'm so excited for that because I love the aesthetic of these bulbs. I just didn't love that they were always warm light. I was also able to get some more information on multiple bridges and specifically how it relates to Matter. Matter is a new standard coming to the smart home ecosystem that's going to make connecting smart home devices universal for Amazon, Google, and HomeKit. As you already know, there's always a different process for each smart home device that you get to connect it to. And as tech-savvy people, that's fine, but for people who aren't, they need something universal. And that's why early next year, Matter is coming, and all future Hue products will support it. What they said was that it's very likely that Matter will allow both Amazon and Google to support multiple bridges, and that's a huge relief because it's taken too long already, and there's been these workarounds that were working and aren't working, so it's about time, and I really hope that they put an emphasis on this, as they told me in the interview with Giorgiani a couple years ago. Anyway, that is all I've got for you guys today. Let me know down in the comments what you're most excited for and what you want to see on this channel for me to review. I'm definitely gonna get a bunch of these products, but I can't get all of them, so I wanna hear from you as to which ones you want me to review. I'll also throw a poll over in the community tab. I'd really appreciate it if you fill that out to let me know which products I should do first on here. As always, for all your tech news, smart home, Philips Hue, subscribe, click that bell for alerts, and if you guys had a good time, give it a like. I'm Justin, and I'll tech you later.